everybody, Tim Norris here, or you can call me GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a Kickstarter preview of Galactic Arena.
Now let's play through a round so you can get a feel for the game.
Alright, we got the game all set up here. This is my character board, and we do have some special abilities that are listed down here. Now, each of our special abilities are different for our characters, and we have chosen these privately because we put this screen up here. And so our opponent couldn't see exactly what we had chosen. Now that we've got them all chosen, I'll just read it off real quick. I've got two defensive abilities, which are my blue bordered ones here. I have the ability, it's called Decoy, and it says move your opponent 1 hex. So like if she moves in on me, I can move her away 1 hex, and hopefully maybe I can even move her onto a trap, which I'll explain what that is here in just a minute. I can also increase my defense by 2, which is listed up here in the corner on my character. For attacks, I can do a steady shot, which means I can eliminate all distance penalties when executing a ranged attack. And what that means is that if I'm all the way over here, the distance here would be subtracted from my attack. According to what I'm understanding of this, it would not. So I would not have that penalty subtracted. Then I can ambush, which says that basically my opponent's defense is negated. I have move and attack, which means that I can execute a ranged attack and move 2 hexes. So I can attack and then move away. So, Carmen, why don't you explain what your abilities are real quick, and we'll explain a little bit more about the game.
I have chosen D-Download, which is move to any hexagon. Execute this special ability instead of the normal movement. I have Defensive Protocol. Your opponent's offensive special abilities have no effect this turn. And then I have Tetra Armor. After a successful attack, absorb 1 damage. And then Reversed Polarity. Decrease your opponent's shield or defense by 3.
Kind of like what I got, but it takes it away. Now that's the heavy one.
Yes, this is Project Mayhem. It is unbreakable, which means my opponent immediately loses an action point. And once per battle, my attack roll is 10, which 10 is a critical hit. So.
Yeah, that's just insane. Just insane. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is explain a little bit what's going on. This is my character. This is Carmen's character. Around here, we've got some crates. These are power-ups. On our character card itself, up in the upper left-hand corner, I have a shield and a 3. That means my defense is a natural 3. That, whenever I roll, my D10 will be added together, and that creates, whenever she attacks, my ability to not take damage. Underneath that, I've got like a 5 and then a plus. That is my health. Underneath that, it looks like the crosshairs with a 3. That, just like the defense, whenever I attack, that's added to my roll whenever I'm attacking Carmen. Up in the upper right-hand corner, the 7, that is my initiative. My initiative is higher than Carmen's, so you will always see me be going first. Underneath that is the amount of special action tokens that I was given. So I was given 5, Carmen was given 6. Underneath that is my movement ability. I move 4, Carmen only moves 2. So she's not very fast, but the fact she can do that download thing, or whatever it is, it just makes it move all over the board. It's insane.
Just a note about these special abilities, they can only be used once per round. So you're going to see us flip these tokens over when we use them. Then they'll get flipped back at the end of the round so that we can use them again.
Exactly. So now what we should do is we're going to be picking our weapons, which we're going to be starting the game out with. I have 3 different types of weapon. 2 are specifically melee, 1 is ranged. Each round we're going to be able to utilize these weapons. My first one is the Claws of Steel, which is a melee, and it does inflict bleed, which could possibly deal 2 points of damage if she rolls a positive number on the D10. I also have the bow, the Strasavani bow, and it would allow me to increase my damage by my possibility to increase the 1 point on the pips, basically, for my damage. Then it deals 1 point of damage. Then I also have my spear, which can do a penetrate, which says that after a successful attack, deal +1 damage. Your opponent roll was greater than, if your roll was greater than 8. So, and your opponent will lose a action as well, so that's cool. I'm probably going to go with the Claws of Steel to start off with. I don't know why I forgot to select that before we started filming. And Carmen, what weapon did you start with?
I'm going to start with Blazer, which is a ranged weapon which deals fire damage. Fire is actually the keyword, and you can only use a keyword once per round. So that's only going to happen once per round. After a successful attack, Deal +1 damage if your attack roll was greater than 7.
All right, so let's get this party started. So I do have initiative, so the first thing I can do is I can do anytime that you're moving an attack, a move action basically implies that an attack is going to ensue. So for me to be able to move, I just move my action token down 1, and now I'm going to do a charge. A charge requires 2 action points, but it says that it can be executed from 1 hex away. Okay, this is something Carmen can do and I can do. Now, whenever we do a charge, it says that I get to increase my attack by 1, but it deals an extra point of damage. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to close that distance, come after her, and now we are going to go in combat. Now, what I can also do is any special abilities here, which I am. I'm going to use my ambush, and that costs me 1 more action point, but that means that she's not going to be able to use her shield. Now, Carmen?
Are you seriously down to only 1 action point?
I am seriously only
You
down
used
to
all
1
that
action
up, huh?
point.
Wow. Okay, I suppose I'll use my offensive protocol then. Your opponent's offensive special abilities have no effect this turn.
Okay.
So that means I will be able to use my shield.
Okay. So you ready?
Sure, let's go.
I rolled a critical 10.
No!
And you rolled a 10.
I rolled a 10.
What was the chances of you rolling a 10 if I rolled a 10?
So my defense is 15.
Wow, and my attack is 14. So that is so unfortunate because I would have been able to nail you with that too. Oh well, so well, that's that, right?
That's that.
All right, so that is mine, and now Carmen did use an action to defend with, but now it is her turn to go on to the offensive.
Okay.
I cannot believe you rolled a 10.
I'm gonna move over here to try to get that crate. And then I will attack you with a ranged attack. I'll go ahead and use this blazer, which is going to deal fire damage. So my movement and attack is going to be 1 action point. Let's see. I don't want to do anything else. Decrease your opponent's shield by 3. Why not? That's my reversed polarity. That cost me another 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so then I am going to use decoy, which says you may move your opponent 1 hex. And I am going to move you onto the trap. So traps mean that Carmen now has to roll a d10, and if she rolls an odd number, she will take a wound. And you rolled another 10. This game is going to be miserable for me if you keep rolling 10.
I love this dice.
The other thing is I'm going to use my defensive stance, which increases my shield by 2, so I will have a 2 shield to defend with. So ready? Let's do this. And I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so my 5 plus my 2 from that, so that would be 7.
And my attack is 8.
7, 6, 5. So you did miss, but however, that did cost me an action point to defend with. So, unfortunately, that is it for me. I have no more action points to do anything. Carmen, it is back to you again.
Okay, so let's see.
You got 1 action point to do something.
I'll move here, grab this.
All right, flip it over. Let's see what you got.
And then I get to move too, so I'll move back up there. I got an extra special ability.
Geesh, that's what you needed.
Okay. Let's see what I want.
And then I imagine she is going to do a ranged attack right after that, which means now we're only going to subtract 2 from her roll, whatever she does. So this is going to be really tough for me to probably defend this, but... Oh, I forgot to reset my health, silly. But from our last game when I killed her, by the way.
Electric charge, increase your attack by 3. So.
Oh, go figure, because now you get to use the electric charge to attack me with.
No, I can't use it because I've used up all my actions.
All right, let's do this thing then.
All right.
I rolled a 5, a 10.
I rolled a 10.
That is 3 10s that you have rolled now. This is about the most crazy game ever.
So my attack is a 13, 12, 11.
It doesn't matter. It's enough, and plus it's a critical. Now the critical means that I take 2 damage instead of just 1. So, wow. I have never in my life, none of our games we've played so far have you rolled that many. And in fact, I couldn't even roll a die because...
the camera's my lucky charm.
Just so you guys know, in fact, I was not able to actually roll because I did not have any actions. So it was just by my natural defense. Okay, so now what happens is that is the end of the round. So my actions go back up. We flip over all our special abilities back to activated. And we give it another go. So she is just whipping me pretty bad. I mean, given the fact that she's rolling 10s like nonstop. So let's see what I can do here. Alright, so one action. I'm going to move backwards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But before I get to there, I am actually going to change my weapon. As long as you step on your starting spot, you get to change your weapon. I'm going to go from my claw of steel to my bow. So I'm going to move that down to there as in the process. Plus, I grabbed that, which gave me a 1 extra defense for the rest of the game. Now, Carmen and I are playing the basic version of the game, but if you wanted to spice things up, you could add some of these other little tidbits to the arena to make it a little bit more difficult to move around so freely. One of the things is a wall here, and if you notice, like wherever you wanted to place this, you can make it difficult for your opponent to be able to move to possibly get to some of these goodies that are located, the crates, to upgrade their character. We also have explosives that if a person stepped on this, they would lose life. Then we also have a stasis field that if a person stepped on this one, they would not be able to move for 1 turn. Now each person would be given a set of these, and then you guys would just alternate placing them onto the board as such, and then hopefully then that would help give you an advantage against your opponent. One's gone, the extra initiative.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I want with this one or this one.
There's a movement, there's an attack, there's an initiative, and one more I'm not thinking of.
I'll move here.
Oh,
and
health.
See what this one is.
That's the initiative one. That's the worst one. So
yeah,
that ain't gonna help you at all.
That helped me so much.
Yeah.
That stinks.
So now you can still do an attack. You were 3 hexes away.
Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and use my weapon.
Okay.
And actually, I was supposed to move that for taking my movement.
Mm-hmm. Any other attacks you're going to be using?
I'm trying to look at here. I will decrease your shield by 3.
Okay.
So that takes another action.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to increase my shield by 2. Plus, I am now going to move you 1 hex. But I'll actually move you closer because now you're on a trap. So you have to roll and see if you get a wound. You are never going to get a wound for that. You know, it's in theory this is a good idea.
It worked last game. That's what's funny. Okay,
all right,
so
here we
my
go.
attack.
Okay, so you were an 8 and I was an 8. So I'm an 8, 9, 10 total.
Okay, well I'm an 11 and then 10, 9.
So I am
you
safe.
defended.
Yes,
no!
I did. But I do move that down because that cost me.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so back to me. Let's see. I am going to. Let me see. I get to move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move over to here. And now I'm going to use my move and attack, which says execute a ranged attack and move 2 hexagons. So Carmen, I'm attacking you. And I will use my bow as well.
You're going to move 2 hexagons, are you? I'll let you get away with it.
Okay, so that cost me another action, too, to be able to do that. So.
Okay.
All right, ready? So I rolled an 8. You rolled a 4.
I rolled
so
a 4.
I'm an 8, 9 because of my bow, 10, 11, 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
I'm a 9 defense.
So you're 9 defense, which means you did defend.
Yes.
So, but I do get to move 2, which means I'll step on that. That increased my attack by 1, and I'll move to there now. All right, back to you, girl.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Did you decrease your action point when you defended?
For defending.
You didn't, did you?
I don't believe I did. No.
Ah, so then...
So I have no actions.
So you don't have any actions, which means I have 1 action left to do. All right, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab that. That is the extra movement one. And then there's 1 left, what was that one? Health. That's the health one. That was the one I was actually hoping it would be. All right, so let me see. For me to attack you from here, I mean, what's the chances of me hitting? But hey, well, let's get. Oh, that's right. You can't roll the die to defend. So,
no.
And I unfortunately I can't. Oh, it was almost a. So that's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So you defended because of your normal defense.
Okay.
So let's reset everything. And begin the next round. Alright. So I know for a fact she's just going to do her voom voom and just jump on that. I can't stop that from happening. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And Let me see. I'm going to attack you. And I am going to attack, and I'm going to say... okay, steady shot. Eliminate all distant penalties when executing a ranged attack.
Alright, bring it on.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total is what I've got.
And I
you got with a 10 defense.
10. Okay. So now,
Oh, I forgot I could have moved one extra.
I'm gonna move.
It doesn't matter. I would have moved one extra. But it doesn't matter. I still wouldn't have hit you, but I would have moved. I just want to let you know. I forgot I got the +1 movement.
Okay.
Because I want to close in the distance. It only makes sense, right? Come on, guys. Let me cheat a little bit. She keeps rolling 10s.
So I'm just gonna move and attack.
Oh, really?
And I'm gonna use my Project Mayhem.
Oh boy, here we go.
Which is unbreakable. 1 time per battle, your attack roll is 10.
Okay, and because she used the keyword here is unbreakable, which costs me a action point on me.
And let's see if I should do anything else.
So that cost you. You defended once, right? Then you're doing an attack, and now you're doing your special, right? Does it cost you 2 or just 1 for that?
It just cost me 1.
Oh, just 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got 1.
So that's why I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and use something else.
And just come at me with everything you got.
Exactly.
So she doesn't have to roll. It's an automatic 10, which is an automatic critical. And it's
your
just...
shield is a 4. So you could possibly defend it, right?
Chances are very slim to none given the fact you're a 13. I have to roll a 10 at this point. But I can increase my shields with this, just so you know.
Alright, so I'll increase my attack by 3 also. I'll just use
Why
up
not,
all my action
right?
points.
Alright, so that's everything you had. So I will use my defensive stance, which increased my shield by 2. Plus I am going to use my decoy, which says move your opponent 1 hexagon. So I'm going to move you back to there. So roll to see if the trap triggered. And it did not again, of course. So that's 3 times now. Jeez. Alright, so you're a 10. And I rolled a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is not going to be enough. So I'm taking 2 points of damage again. And then did that actually kill me because of your thing?
Yeah, after a successful attack, deal +1 damage if your attack roll was greater than 7.
Good
That's
God.
my weapon.
So that's it. That
was
killed
a
me
fast
then.
game.
Alright, so that is Galactic Arena. Now one thing to keep in mind is that as you can see, the battles can be very quick. So what you do is you can just put the little screen up, reselect all of your special abilities again, each person, and then go at it. Do like a best 2 out of 3. Oddly enough, this is the first time you have beaten me with your character. I mean, this is the first game she has won. We turn the camera on, bam! She just whoops me up.
I think it just took me a little time to learn my character. I was Demos, and he has an aggressive style, I think, because he doesn't have a whole lot of action points.
Oh yeah, that's his fault. Is he just can't perform a lot of actions, but he's very powerful.
I had to figure out which special abilities to use, and then use them when I had the action points. That's what you gotta do.
And this was the first time I played with Raquel. That's the little cheetah-looking dude. And I found that I tried to play aggressively and come at you quick and try to just surprise you because I typically never do that.
Yeah.
I was always usually playing as Killian Moore. That was always the character before. And I used to always do the same pattern. I would fall back and just shoot you from far off.
Right.
And I would eventually wear you down, where most of our games
because he's so good at those ranged attacks.
Exactly.
Whereas my character wasn't as good, so...
Yeah, and I found that most of our games were coming down to, I would have maybe 1 or 2 hit points left, but I won every single game as Killian Moore. So I decided to change up a bit, and you really... I've never seen her create this combo with her abilities either. That really... I was like, wow, I don't know how to counter that yet.
Right. So, it goes to show that you really need to learn the characters in order to succeed at this game.
Yeah, and I think it also shows there's like a tit for tat. She can come up with some sort of a combo. I need to come up with a way to defend against that combo. But, once again, you can, by placing this, you never know what your opponent's going to do from one game to the next. So, it's always a surprise, what's going to happen, right? Now, there's 10 different characters in this game, and so far that they sent to us. And we have played, I think, 5 or 6 of the characters, and they definitely have a different feel. It seems like, like you said with your character, he is more of a brawler. He is in your face. He is teleporting to be able to get the crates to be able to enhance himself. Right. Upgrades. Thank you. To upgrade himself. And other characters are good at range. Some are good at melee. Some are just good with trying to create. Like with my character with Raquel, he can actually create a decoy and push you into traps. So there's all kinds of different abilities with these characters that the more you play, the more you learn them, the more that you're going to find a certain one that you really like.
And is Raquel the one that could heal?
Well, Killian Moore.
Oh, okay.
Killian Moore and and then that was the other guy. My lizard dude.
That was annoying.
Celsior.
Playing against somebody that can heal gets to you.
He would cost me 1 action point, but he would just heal 1 health point by doing that. So I mean, he would stay alive forever, and that was. But I actually tried this guy after we were done filming. We decided to play a few more times, and I played with my cat dude again. You clobbered him again. So then I thought, well, I'm going to try Excelsior, this lizard dude, and he.
It took a little longer for him to die.
Same result, though. All right, so we got a few things that the publisher would like us to pass along to you guys before we close out this conclusion here. So I want to read this to you real fast. I've printed it all up here. It says, they are basing Apocalypse Galactic Arena on a fictional setting that they have been developing for over 8 years. We have used this setting for many role-playing sessions over the years and wish to mature it by writing a novel. Our hope is that, should Apocalypse Galactic Arena become successful, we would like to continue releasing games based on the Apocalypse universe.
Now, Galactic Arena is not actually the first board game that was created. They've already made an RPG and a card game based on the same concept. But this Galactic Arena is the easiest one to explain to people. So they decided to kickstart it first. Then they would like to organize official Galactic Arena tournaments, allowing the storyline of the universe to change based on the winner of the tournaments.
That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Also, they mentioned that they would like to offer a version of this game with 3D printed hero miniatures.
Yeah, and that'll be a stretch goal that they're going to try to attain. So, all right. So if you guys liked what you saw and you want to check out more on it, follow this link right here. It'll take you directly to their Kickstarter campaign. And as usual, we appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.